Hello everyone, I am just here with you to share a reading for the lunar eclipse and the full moon we've got going on today. Just thought it would be helpful to check into the energies there. And there's my little sleeping pup if you hear some breathing going on over. Okay. So I'm going to start with the first round of cards I pulled. I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles, so this is telling me that there is some sort of new offer in the material world coming in. But the main message I got today about this card is just new foundation. Like, I feel like we're in this new cycle, we're being offered a chance to build a brand new foundation for our lives, start things fresh, start things how we want it to be, versus maybe if we've been living our lives the way others expect us to be. We're being offered a chance to clear some of the old away and start new. So that's really exciting. And I was like, what is this new foundation? What are we being called to build towards? And I pulled the Queen of Wands, so I'm getting that if your work and your passions have not been linked before, it's time to really tap into your passionate side and move forward into building things in the material world that are in alignment with your soul and with your passions. You're really being asked to get into that fiery energy of creation and build something brand new. So that's really exciting. I also pulled the Chariot, so some kind of fast movement once a decision is made, clear intention, fast movement forward is really what the Chariot's about. So then I wanted clarification. Okay, like, what are we moving forward to? What's going to happen? And I got kind of a whole story here associated with this, so I'm going to try to explain this one to you. So first I pulled Justice, and I was like, okay, well, justice around what, And I pulled the Ten of Swords. So it seems like if there's a situation where you felt overwhelmed, stabbed in the back maybe, this could also just be an incessant run of negative thought forms in your mind that keeps going on a loop, and just feeling really finally defeated by that. Justice kind of takes his sword and cuts through the crap. So if you've been feeling like just utterly defeated, like things have been on repeat and you just don't know how to move forward, things are about to be rebalanced. And again, that with clear intention, you can swiftly move forward and out of this energy. So remember, you're not powerless. This is not, you can get up, you can take the swords out of your back and move forward. I really am getting with this full moon, some things are going to be revealed. So if there have been secrets, if there's been anything that isn't really coming fully to the light, there's going to be a chance for things to be revealed. If there's been something that you're fearful about, again, I'm getting a lot of messages of just kind of decisiveness, finally making a choice and moving forward. So things are coming to the light in this in this full moon, and it's time to really get clear on what you want. So I also pulled the King of Swords. Now this could be related to an air sign, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It could be somebody making a choice. But you see, the King of Swords and the Justice card, I think, have somewhat of a similar energy. The King of Swords is able to be fair and objective. But again, it's that cut through the crap. I get the feeling like certain things have been kind of on a replay on an endless loop, and it's time for things to come to the light. And to me, air signs are a lot about authenticity. Sometimes when someone speaks their truth, it can come off as harsh, but I think the intention is not to be harsh, it's to be authentic and honest. And so I'm just getting that if there's been any type of not full, I don't want to say lies, because I feel like it doesn't go that far, but just not full honesty and truth, that's ending now. Things are coming to the light. I always see this butterfly here, you know. It's a new rebirth is possible right now. But it's time to get really clear and true. And this is with the Two of Swords. So again, I feel like a decision has been made, and she's blindfolded. So again, like if she hasn't seen fully the situation and hasn't been able to make a choice before, I'm getting that whoever this King of Swords represents, it's something coming to the light, and this person finally speaking up and communicating and making a decision on what they want. And I see the water in this card, so I think this is also tempered with some emotions, and I got the King of Cups. So how I'm reading this progression here is that something is being or has been rebalanced, which is allowing someone to move past some sort of deep disappointment, heartbreak, mental stress, which is bringing something into the light, and it's allowing them to make a clear decision and come into the light and speak their truth, which is also going to propel them forward into some new emotional offer, some new ability to show up with their emotions, and that's really exciting. So this could be an offer of love, an offer of communication with somebody who hasn't maybe been super in communication with you. So keep an eye out for that. I think this moon is revealing a lot of things that maybe have been in the dark of late. Because I'm getting this Knight of Cups, and the next card here is this Ace of Cups, which again is that new offer of love. So I'm getting Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So, oh, forgive me. So, new emotional offer and a change in the material, or new offer in the material world. So that's really exciting. Again, I'm getting that maybe somebody who hasn't been super open with their emotions is finally getting to a place where they will be able to share. The Three of Cups here is the clarifier on this Ace of Cups, and this can be a reunion, some kind of community coming together, a celebration. And I got kind of the Hermit shining a light on this. So I'm getting maybe a reconciliation is in the future as well. So if somebody's been a little more secluded, a little more isolated to get clear on their own thoughts, they're coming out of hiding, I think, and coming back into community, and maybe could be reconciling with you. If you've been more in the hermit mode, it could be that you're ready to come to the light and share your emotions and feelings in a more balanced way with your community. Could be that you're ready to reconcile with somebody and share this cup, your emotions. So that's what I got for the first round of cards. Alright, so then I pulled some cards just asking, what's kind of the overarching energy that's going on in this lunar eclipse and the full moon. And I pulled two major arcana, which is pretty significant in my opinion. So I got the Death card and the Universe. And what that's telling me is that something is transforming. Could say dying, but I always say, as soon as something is released or ends, a new thing begins. So to me, the Death card is all about transformation. And I'm seeing this image of the lunar cycle in the top of this too. So it's important to remember that everything has its phase, everything has its time. And so if something's being let go of right now, that's not a bad thing. It just means you're moving into a new cycle and moving into something new, which is actually really exciting. So again, this Death card is about something being released, let go of, to transform. And then the Universe is like this rebirth, new start, again, wrapping up of a cycle to begin something new. So there's a lot of energy of release and rebirth happening right now. And I think that's really exciting. The clarifier I got for Death was the Lovers. So what I think there's something around a relationship that is transforming right now. There are some decisions to be made, and I think it's important. What I always notice about the Lovers is this feminine energy is looking up, so looking to guidance from the heavenly realms, and he's looking to her, so looking towards the physical world, looking at what is physically present in front of him. And it's important to have a balance of both. There's also a lot of symbols here, like this tree looks like it has some fire on it, so passion energy, creation energy. And then we also have the tree with the fruit that's rooted down into the earth. So I think that's just a time of balancing the messages and guidance and intuition you're receiving from above and grounding it down and bringing it below. So I think that's the transformation that's happening. And I think it's around a relationship or a romantic connection, that something is transforming at this time, maybe even if you can't see it right now. And we're balancing out the heavenly and earthly realms, grounding down the vision we have, for our relationship. We're trying to ground that down into the earthly plane now. And that can feel bumpy and that can feel hard. So give yourself some credit for how far you've come. The clarifiers I got on the universe kind of told a whole story. So again, the universe, and that's kind of like the world card in the tarot. So we got this guy holding a world. So the whole world is like in your hands, waiting for you to make a decision, or this other person to make a decision. But wands is creation, energy, movement forward. So I'm getting the feeling like when this new cycle starts, somebody has made a choice and they're ready to move forward in it. What that's going to bring is greater wealth in the material world. Also, a spirit of generosity, so ability to share your gifts and what you have with others. If you've been really withdrawn and not sharing, I think this new cycle is going to allow you to open up and share your gifts more, which is what the world really needs, right? We need people sharing their gifts and in their power. Also moving towards this Six of Cups, which again is a reconciliation energy, coming back together with your soul family, reuniting with people from your past, and again, being able to share this emotional cup more fully because you've taken the time to nurture yourself. And that's 2 sixes there right in a row, and sixes are a very balanced energy. Oh, 3, because we got the Lovers too. So lots of balanced energy. And again, moving forward after conflict is the number 6 as well. So that's really exciting. I also got the High Priestess. So this is about going inward, your intuition, and trusting it. It's also about if there might have been things that have been secret or haven't been fully shared. But what I'm getting is we're moving out of this kind of singular, contemplative, secretive energy, which might cause a little conflict. When someone finally opens up and communicates, it might be difficult to hear whatever they have to say. But ultimately, it's going to spark movement forward into greater emotional fulfillment. And again, I'm getting with this full moon, this lunar cycle that's happening right now, we're being pushed into greater, following our passions in a deeper way, and also not accepting less than what we deserve. So cool. These 8 cups are great, but what he's moving towards is the 10 of cups. So he wants full emotional fulfillment, not the scraps that maybe he had been settling for. 8 cups is a lot. You can feel really full in that space, but I think whoever this person is, they knew there was more for them, and they are finally brave enough to move towards it. So that's really exciting. What we're moving towards is this full emotional fulfillment, this complete happy family, happy connection with those around you, being able to share who you are fully at your fullest and trust that others will be able to receive that with love. And I pulled the Ace of Pentacles again in this other deck. So again, I'm really feeling like some kind of new prosperity. I kept hearing new foundation. So you're built, in order to have this, you have to build a brand new foundation, and that might feel scary, and it's going to look like nothing you've ever built before. And maybe it might look like it might not look like anything you've ever seen before either. So it's a time of a leap of faith and some trust that the new thing you're building is possible. But I also pulled this Ace of Swords, which is clarity. So I think, again, I'm getting a lot of swords in this reading. So it just feels like there has been something that's been muddled or hidden or under the surface, and there's finally going to be some clarity offered around it. Again, in the last section of cards, between the last section of cards and this one, I pulled Ace of Pentacles twice, Ace of Cups, and this Ace of Swords. That's a lot of new beginnings, new birth, rebirth, regeneration. Like, it seems like something is being released, but you're moving towards something that's going to be a million times better, you know? I think we all want this. We want to be fully seen, heard, and able to share our emotions and our inner world with people who will accept us for all that we are. And I think that people are finally getting brave enough to move towards that, even if they're not sure exactly how to create what they want or what that will look like. So be brave, be courageous in this new cycle, and I think a lot of your dreams can come true, especially around love and partnership. Okay, and here's the last section of cards I pulled. I wanted to focus a little bit more, since we pulled the Lovers in the last set of cards, I wanted to say, okay, what's going on with this partnership, and do a little bit more of a love-focused section. So, first thing to say is the cards I pulled were bookended by the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. And again, I feel like we're getting a lot of Pentacles, swords energy. Well, I guess we had a bunch of everything, but it just seems like, so this Queen of Pentacles in this deck, she just looks really fierce to me. Not in a bad way, but it just seems like she's really connected to who she is, and I kind of like wouldn't mess with this lady, you know? So and same thing with this Queen of Swords, but I feel like she's a little bit unbothered here. She's kind of like, I am who I am. And that's the energy I'm really getting from both of these cards, is I am who I am. So what I get from this is a time to step fully into your power. This is, you know, Queen of Pentacles is like solar plexus, like self-esteem, personal empowerment. The Queen of Swords is again about speaking truth, communicating clearly, knowing what you want. And these as bookends for what's going on here is telling me that's the energy you want to ground down and embody in order to create the partnership that you want. So you need to be really grounded in your selfhood, in who you want to be, the type of person you are. And you need to be brave enough to speak up, speak your truth, lay down what your boundaries are in order to create a healthy partnership. And I think a lot of times we receive the messaging that if we're too strong of a personality, or we're too maybe clear about who we are, that can be very threatening to other people. They feel uncomfortable, and so they try to make us smaller. And that it's not a time for that. We're over that. So it's okay to want what you want and communicate it clearly. I think that'll be really important and vital in creating the partnership that's really for you, right? Because the partner who can rise to meet you in this energy is the one that you want to be with. Someone who wants to see you in your power, in your truth, and vice versa. You know, you want to support that person in realizing their fullest potential for who they are and what their truth is as well. So this Eight of Chalices here, I see this person looking at all these amazing cupcakes and maybe not being sure of what to choose. We also pulled the Eight of Cups in the other set of cards. So again, it seems like somebody is seeing that there is something better for them, and they're going to be making the choice towards what they want and moving towards it soon. I'm really getting that sense. Like they're finally deciding my emotional fulfillment matters. And you know what? Maybe this cupcake I had before was really good, but I want the chocolate one because chocolate's my favorite flavor. And that it's okay to follow where your passion and your emotion and your dreams are calling you. So it seems like someone is going to make a choice and make a move towards, again, I'm sensing you and this partnership, because I'm getting this Five of Wands to me. And you see, it kind of reminds me of the scene in the movie The Little Mermaid where they're kind of out on the canoe and it's like, kiss the girl, like they kiss. So again, this also feels like some reunion energy, some reconciliation, coming together and having some time to spend together. Like I get the sense maybe you and this person haven't had a lot of alone time, so maybe you'll get some of that, and you'll be able to reunite and really be emotional and passionate with each other in ways that you haven't maybe been able to in the past. And maybe it's because this person again hasn't been able to choose their real full fulfillment and desire. But desire is good. We have desires because that's our soul directing us towards our dreams. So it seems like hopefully in the near future you'll be getting a chance to spend some time with this person in emotional and passionate connection, which I feel is going to then stem the two of you being able to dream of your future together and really start mapping that out. And maybe from a more childlike perception, but to me I'm feeling like it doesn't have to be as heavy as maybe it's been. So you'll be able to dream of your future together and start creating that foundation that I was talking about in the other section of the reading, but from a lighter, happier, more passionate, loving place. And I also pulled the Ten of Cups again, and this Knight of Swords. So again, this is about someone making a clear choice, and I got him moving towards this Ten of Cups. So it really seems like maybe this person who's been feeling stuck and unable to make a choice, not really wanting to make moves towards their full emotional fulfillment, they're finally tired of going round and round, and they're going to make that choice and decisively move towards the Ten of Cups. And again, I think the Ten of Cups includes you. I feel like this is part of who you are. But your job is to just maintain your queenhood and allow this person to make that choice and make the move towards you. Okay, so for the final 4 cards that I pulled for this reading, first card I pulled was Hope. So this situation is going to require your prayer and faith and belief. Certainly, it's going to require some strength of you. I pulled this and also listening. And there are just a lot of birds on these cards, so take that if that resonates for you. So hope and listening again. So this person is praying, and this person is kind of sitting, waiting to receive the guidance from the prayer. So I think it's important at this time to really be open to receiving the guidance that is coming to you. Also, I think it's really important that when this person comes forward and wants to talk to you and share with you and open up and communicate, your job is to listen and hold space and allow them to speak up, right? Sometimes if we've been really waiting to hear from someone, it can be very tempting to be like, oh, we haven't been in communication, so now I really want to share. Now that you're willing to open up, I want to share what I have to say. But if it's been really hard for this person to come and speak up, you want to allow them the space to say everything they need to say first. That's a message I'm receiving. It's taking a big, it's very brave of them to be able to come forward and share with you. So really honor that and allow them to share what they have to share, and give them space before you reply. I also pulled Release with Perception. So again, I really feel this full moon is allowing us to release a lot of things that don't serve us anymore, negative thought forms, relationships and ways of relating that just they're not in alignment with us anymore. And it's okay to release those things that don't belong in our lives anymore. It makes space for the things that do belong in our lives. And also, it's really important to hear that nothing can be released from you that is meant for you. So releasing means releasing the resistance, releasing the things that are not for us, so that there's space in our life for the things that are for us. That 10 of Cups, that full fulfillment, that's what we're going for right now. No more playing small. So you might want to set some intentions of what to release in this full moon. And I think it's going to allow you a shift in perception that is going to allow you to be the fullest version of yourself. So again, no more masks. This woman is like taking off the mask in order to take a bow and show up fully as she is, not how others want her to be. So, time to take that mask off, to be really clear and honest, and allow for this new perspective, new birth. I just feel like it's going to be a time for us to celebrate who we are. And the more we celebrate who we are as an individual, the greater our partnership will be. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. If I can help you out with an individual reading, I'd love to do that. Just shoot me a message. And I hope you have a lovely full moon and a wonderful rest of your week.